What's up, guys, and welcome to the weekly Q&A. I had a bunch of new patrons come in this past week, so I want to say thank you to each and every one of you, but a big special thank you to Kent Lundblad, who donated $50. That's huge to me, and thank you to all of you. You have no idea how much your support means to me. Next, someone brought this to my attention. It's a petition to make an Old Republic Netflix series, which I've talked about wanting before, and I've heard some interest from you guys, so if any of you are interested, go sign up, and who knows, maybe we can get it made. And finally, make sure to watch to the end of this video because I'm announcing a little contest/giveaway. I'm partnering up with Collector Zone, and they want to give you guys some free stuff, so watch to the end to see how to enter. Okay, moving on to patron questions. John Gregory Kars asks if I'm excited about the Dr. Aphra Comic series that was just announced this past week, and if I think that Aphra is like a replacement for Mara Jade. I am excited about the comic, if only because that means we're going to get more 000, and he to me was like the breakout star of the Darth Vader comic, so anything to get more of him I'd be down for. Although I do think that Aphra is kind of a curious choice. She's like a new character. I feel like there's other things they could be exploring, but the Darth Vader comic was so good and it's got the same staff, so I think we're going to have a good thing here. I'm excited about it. As for is Aphra a replacement to Mara Jade? No, I don't really see her as one. I'm still kind of holding out hope that we'll see Mara Jade in some form or fashion at some point down the line. Brandon Whalego wants to know what I thought about the new Old Republic cinematic and where it fits into the new canon. Well, to get the canon question out of the way, it is not canon at all. The Old Republic is Legends entirely. Just because they're continuing to put out new content, they've firmly said that anything new coming out of the Old Republic is classified as Legends. But the cinematic itself, I loved it. I watch all of those, and the ones starring Darth Malgus from back in the day where he crashed into the Jedi Temple and they raided it, like, all of those have always been so well produced, and I love them. Even though I've actually never played the Old Republic, I always look forward to seeing their new cinematics. Stephen King is one of my new patrons. Thank you for asking a question, Stephen. He wants to know what kind of happened to the First Order. What state are they in after The Force Awakens? I think that both the First Order and the New Republic took huge blows in Episode 7. They both basically lost their home bases with Starkiller Base and Hosnian Prime, so I think they're going to kind of be on equal ground. I would like to see that. It's a war where both sides have a fighting chance, and it's not like the Rebellion, who were constantly underdogs and constantly being beaten. I think that would be an interesting twist to see a more even-sided war. Now, does the First Order have more than just the Finalizer? I would guess that they do. Wherever Snoke is, I assume he has some sort of forces. I don't think they put all of their eggs into the Starkiller Base basket, but we'll just have to wait until Episode 8 and find out. Daniel Charland wants to know if there are any Legends lightsaber designs that I would like to see brought into the new canon, and he also asks how far is too far before they become ridiculous. As far as the ridiculous ones, I think anything more than 2 blades is starting to border on the ridiculous. I'm just a fan of like the just 1 blade, like 1 or 2 blades, keep it simple. I'm not counting the crossguard lightsaber as 3 blades, but yeah, some of those Legends designs are weird. As far as ones that I would like to see brought back, I'd like to see the original lightsabers, how they were first built. Like, I always kind of liked the idea that before they could figure out the power, that they were made with cables and like battery packs, even though I'm pretty sure that cable would get cut apart immediately. And that was a huge weakness of the old lightsabers. I always kind of liked that idea of seeing how the technology progressed. So I wouldn't mind seeing something along those lines, or at least like the first lightsaber designs. Although I guess they've kind of touched upon that with the Freemaker Adventures and the Kyber Saber. Like, I think that really is going to be like a canon original lightsaber at some point. The whole canonicity of the Freemaker Adventures is a little bit up in the air, but yeah, I just want to see some earlier versions. I want to see how the technology got to where it is today. Nikolai Nirup, I hope one of those is right. He wants to know what I want the new animated series to be about, because there are currently talks for another Star Wars animated show. I think I'd like an animated show to explore the New Republic. I saw someone writing about how it should be about Luke's new academy, and I think that would be cool to see. In some way, shape, or form, I want to see Luke's new Jedi Order. Just kind of the struggles of how he made it and he built it from the ground up, what was kept the same from the old Jedi and the new. And it seems kind of like they went traveling across the galaxy and they didn't stay in one place. According to Bloodline, like, it was hard to get in touch. It was hard for Leia to get in touch with Ben because they were constantly on the move. So it seems like they were moving from planet to planet and learning new lessons. So that could make for a very interesting series. That's it for patron questions. As always, if you're a patron and you didn't see your question answered here, go back to the weekly thread and I left you a written response on Patreon. If you're not a patron and you're interested in learning more, just follow the link in the description. It's only $1 a month and the combined donations really help the channel out. On to YouTube questions. The Jedi Master himself, Kit Fisto, asks if I think that Disney will ever recanonize like entire books. I hope so, especially in the Old Republic. We talk about the Old Republic a lot in this episode, but I think that like the Darth Bane trilogy and the Darth Plagueis book specifically line up very well with the canon so far. Like, even the Darth Vader comic references the Darth Bane trilogy to an extent. So I think they could easily take those books and just say, you know what, they're canon now. Like, re-release them. You'd probably get a boost in sales. I think it would be a great idea. And also the book Tarkin, who it was written by James Luceno, who also wrote Darth Plagueis. Like, he references Darth Plagueis in Tarkin. So already that book is like borderline canon. So I really think it would behoove them to do so, just to go into the Old Republic era, be like, here's the best stuff. It all fits, even if you have to edit a little bit, like do a second edition of the books, that's fine. But I think it could be done, and I would really love to see some of those stories recanonized. Ben Redman asks if I'd rather have a New Republic or an Old Republic show. I know I just talked about wanting a New Republic cartoon, but if I had to choose, I would go Old Republic, like I've kind of been saying all episode. I don't think that the current canon has much in the way of Old Republic content. I think that's where they're really lacking. So I would really love to see, like that petition suggests, an Old Republic Netflix series. That era has a lot of like really mature themes that I think could be explored properly on Netflix, and they could make it like about the level of Daredevil or Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. Like, I think it would fit perfectly there if they told Darth Bane's story over the course of 3 seasons on Netflix. I think that would be amazing, and it would make them boatloads of money, I assume. I don't know, I'm not an expert, but yeah, I would rather, if I had to choose between like an Old Republic live action series or a New Republic cartoon, I'd go Old Republic. The Nexu asks if there are any planets in the Star Wars universe that are more than just one climate, and the answer is yes. Alderaan, Naboo, Corellia, Coruscant before it was just a giant city, to name a few. There are a lot of planets that fit the description you're asking about, but I think, like in the case of Tatooine, when it was a low-budget movie in 1977, it was probably easier for them to just be like, yeah, the whole planet's a desert, it's fine. And then that just kind of became a thing. Like, now the whole planet's an ice planet, the whole planet's a jungle. So I think that kind of became a theme, but yeah, there's diversity all throughout the Star Wars universe. Some planets are one climate, some are just like Earth and they have multiple climate zones. Big J Customs not only asked me a question, but he also sent over some artwork, and he sent over a mystery box that he requested I not open until today live, so I'm gonna do that in a second, but this artwork is really cute and really cool, so thank you for that. As for his question, he asked what my favorite non-Star Wars TV shows are. You could probably guess a lot of them, being a fan of science fiction and fantasy. I love Battlestar Galactica, Firefly, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. As for like comedies and sitcoms, Parks and Rec is far and away my favorite comedy. I've also really been getting into Brooklyn Nine-Nine and New Girl recently, so there's that. And now I will open this mystery box. Here it is. It says, "Open in the next Q&A, please." This is not what I thought it was going to be at all. So Big J Customs makes custom Funko, and he made a little Alex Funko. It's got my name on it and everything, and it's got my shirt logo.
What is he? Aww.
Thank you, Big J. He also sent along a letter. It says, "Hello, I've been a fan of your channel for a while now, and I love all of your videos. I especially like your newer content like the Q&As and canon updates. In one of your Q&As, you expressed your love for Funko Pops, and as a custom pop maker, I couldn't resist making you a custom one of your very own. Thank you very much. I would also like to offer you and all of your fans 15% off on any custom Funko Pops on my Etsy page. I'll put a link to the Etsy page in the description, and there's a coupon code Star Wars EX, and that'll give you 15% off any orders." So yeah, I didn't know that this was gonna be a thing at all, but thank you, Big J, and everyone go check out his stuff. It's very cool. Thank you again, Big J. I put him up there behind me in a place of honor right next to the silver button. Last question from today is from GP, who asks how long Molly and I have been married and how we met. And I chose this question because actually our 4-year anniversary was this past Wednesday. So we've been married just over 4 years. We've known each other for almost 9 years now. We met at a Halloween party back in 2007. So there's that story. But thank you for asking, and it was just kind of good timing. So I wanted to give that little anniversary shout out. That's it for questions today, but really quickly, I want to talk about this contest/giveaway. I've partnered up with Collector Zone. They reached out to me and said that they want to give my fans some stuff, and I want to give you guys some free stuff, so we're going to give this a shot. They're currently giving away this exclusive Rey Funko Pop. To enter, all you need to do is follow the link in the description, and there are different things you can do that'll give you multiple entries, and you can do as many as you want or just one. And the winner will be randomly selected and announced in next week's Q&A. If you haven't already, please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and don't forget to check out Patreon if you're interested. As always, thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.